Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we have a very exciting one because we're kind of redoing a video that I did maybe like 6 months ago or so, where I read the highest and lowest rated books on my TBR according to GoodReads. I had a great time doing that and I kind of just thought I wanted to do it again. I am aiming to get through my physical TBR this year, and obviously going off my physical TBR, I thought what better way to do it than to knock out 2 books in one video and do a little TBR reading video and read the highest and lowest rated books on my GoodReads to see whether I agree with it, because I often find that potentially for high rated books I don't enjoy them as much, or low rated books I do enjoy them. So I'm very intrigued to see how my opinions line up with the general reading community. So I did take these screenshots the other day. I think they've changed slightly, but I'm still going to go with the books that I initially picked out. So for the lowest rated book on my TBR, I'm not going for the 100% lowest one because that is at home. I'm at uni, as you can tell. So the 2 very lowest rated ones, I'll pop in a little picture here so you can see, were Fish Swimming in Dappled Sunlight and A Spoonful of Murder. So those are both ones I've got at home, but the third most lowly rated one was Pine by Francine Toon. This is a library book and I do want to get through my library books before I finish uni, obviously, because it's borrowed from the uni library. So yeah, this has got an average rating of 3.40 stars, and looking at it I think the majority of ratings are 3 or 4 stars rather than kind of like 5 and 1 stars. So it seems to be kind of like a very middle of the road book for a lot of people. So I'm very intrigued by this. The blurb says, Lauren and her father Niall live in the Highlands in a small village surrounded by forest. When a woman stumbles onto the road one Halloween night, Niall drives her back to their house. In the morning she's gone. In a community where daughters rebel and men quietly rage, mysteries like these are not out of the ordinary. Lauren looks for answers in her tarot cards, hoping she might be able to read her father's turbulent mind. Neighbours know more than they let on, but when a local teenager goes missing, it's no longer clear who she can trust. In a place that can feel like the edge of the world, Toon brilliantly captures the wildness of rural childhood and the intensity of small town claustrophobia, uniting the chill of a modern gothic with the pulse of a thriller. So very intriguing. I think this is kind of like horror, gothic, thriller vibes. I think it's set in Scotland, and I've been glancing through in some of the dialogue in like kind of Scottish, like spelt the way a Scottish person would speak it, which is always quite interesting. So yeah, this is our lowly rated book. And then the highest rated book, I mean, technically looking at my TBR right now, the highest rated books, some I'm excluding for certain reasons. We've got Empire of Pain, which is a non-fiction about the opioid crisis in America, and I don't really want to feel like reading a 500-page book like that intense right now. I do think I'll love it when I read it, but that's just not the vibe right now. We've got Project Hail Mary, which actually my boyfriend owns, so it's at his house, I don't have it. We've got another non-fiction, which I don't want to read. So when I took the initial reading, there was a book above this with a 4.14, I believe. So I hope you don't mind me cheating ever so slightly to go for the next one down, which is technically the next fiction book I could read. We are going to be reading Happy Place by Emily Henry. I am so excited to read this one. I feel like you can understand why I want to slightly bend the rules, because I want to read this as soon as possible because I've had such amazing things. I loved Beach Read, I loved Your Me on Vacation. I did not enjoy Book Lovers, but that's fine, we'll ignore that. So yeah, I'm super duper excited to read this one, and if you think I'm cheating, sorry, but I'm gonna read it because I'm so excited for it. So the blurb says, Harriet and Wynne are the perfect couple. They go together like bread and butter. Gin and tonic, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Every year they take a holiday from their lives to drink far too much wine with their favourite people in the world. Except this year they are lying through their teeth because Harriet and Wynne broke up 6 months ago and they still haven't told anyone. But the cottage is for sale, so this is the last time they'll all be able to be here together. They can't bear to break their best friend's heart, so they'll have to fake it for 1 more week. But how can you pretend to be in love and get away with it in front of the people who know you best? So I've heard this kind of more literary fiction than romance, but I'm still super excited about it, and I've got the gorgeous Sprayed Edges edition, so I'm super excited. These are the 2 books that we are going to be reading in today's video. If you guys have read these, let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, I think I'll start with the lowest rated, so you can save Happy Place till last. So yeah, I'll probably catch up with you when I'm starting Pine. Okay, so I'm about to start Pine, which is obviously the first book for this video, and yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect, to be honest. I think it's like a horror type book, but I'm probably going to read 50 to 100 pages, then I'll check in with you guys, let you know what I'm thinking, let you know the kind of basic plot, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so I am 100 pages into Pine by Francine Toon. I'm on page 106, which is chapter 8, and we are basically following this father and daughter who live in Scotland, and I think the father's got some like alcohol problems and the mum's left. The daughter has seen this like mysterious woman in white like out twice, like at night and stuff and in the woods, but no one else has seen her. And then if anyone has like been with her, they've like immediately forgotten, but she hasn't. And then one night, like the father, they take her home for, because they see her walking along the edge of the road, bring her home, like feed her or whatever, and then the next morning the father doesn't remember anything at all. So it's seeming a bit intriguing. It's a bit weird. Obviously we don't know who this woman is. It says on the blurb that one of her classmates goes missing or is murdered or something like that, and that hasn't happened yet, and we are 100 pages in and it's very slow. I don't dislike the writing at all, but it is just very, very slow, and we know that slow books are not for me. So I mean, hopefully it does pick up. I'm currently about, I think it was like 36% of the way through on GoodReads, so hopefully I will get some more read tonight and then maybe we can even finish it off. But yeah, I'm hoping it will pick up a little bit, but if it's slow all the way through I'll probably be a little bit bored. But overall it's like okay, it's not that bad. It's definitely not the worst book I've read. So yeah, just pretty average at the moment, to be honest. Hey guys, so I just finished Pine and I ended up listening to pretty much the entire second half of it by audiobook. I found it on BorrowBox, which is like my library's version of Libby, I'm pretty sure, so I could just download the audiobook for free, which was great. And yeah, I did enjoy it. I definitely thought it kind of lent well to an audiobook because all the talking was in Scottish accents, and yeah, I thought it was like just a very slow kind of spooky horror book, but not really horror, kind of like mystery, just like kind of spooky literary fiction, I guess I'd probably call it. But I would definitely say it's very slow paced. I personally have figured out that I don't like slow paced books, it's just not for me. But overall I don't think this is a bad book at all. I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. I think it's a pretty solid book. A 3 stars is a book for me that is good. Like, it's fine. It's a fine book. I'm not gonna read it again. I'm probably not gonna think about it very much, but like, it's fine. And this was very much a fine book to me. I'm really confused as to why it's got such a low rating on GoodReads. I mean, I know I technically rated it lower than the average rating, which would lend me to say that like it's right. This is by no way, shape or form the worst book I've read this year at all. I don't think it deserves that low rating. I think maybe like a 3.8 would be more realistic. I know we're kind of just like getting picky between numbers, but I feel like there is a big difference between a 3.4 and a 3.8 on GoodReads. Anything under 3.5 I would consider a bad rating, to be honest, because I think people tend to rate higher. I don't know, maybe that's just how I see things. But yeah, overall I did enjoy it, and I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I got the library book of it, because I probably would be a bit disappointed if I picked it up physically because I didn't enjoy enough to justify the money on it. But I'm glad I got another one of my library books read as well. So yeah, definitely no strong opinions here. I really like the character Lauren. I thought she was quite sweet, but I never could quite pinpoint her age. I feel like I was imagining her as 8, but then I don't know whether things were happening to her that was kind of like more for an older child, and I was always just a bit confused. I did find at some points it was a little bit hard to follow, but that could have been audiobook related rather than like actually the plot of the story. But yeah, overall it was fine. I didn't feel like this was a thriller or anything. There was no like big twist. It was just like something happened and then you found out why that happened kind of thing, and like who was responsible for it type of thing. It said as well some parts like of the blurb don't happen until like the 200-page mark, which I find very weird. I feel like that's not kind of how I would normally like to the synopsis to go. I don't want to be told like a big point of the book like 200 pages in. Like, that's a long way for something in the synopsis to only just happen. But yeah, I mean, pretty much the synopsis is the exact plot of the book, really. Nothing all too much happens, but I didn't dislike that. I actually quite liked the writing, so I think definitely writing is important for me, and liking the characters. I didn't like Niall, the father, but I feel like that was intentional. He was definitely a flawed character, and yeah, overall it was fine, really. But now that means we get to start Happy Place, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna pull it off my shelf, and I'm probably going to read a decent amount of this evening. Just sit and read it, and yeah, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I haven't read an Emily Henry book in over a year, I think, when Book Lovers came out, and I didn't love that. So super duper excited to start this one. I cannot wait. Hey guys, obviously as you can tell I've just got out of the shower, but I'm really sorry if you can hear building work. It's like driving me insane. It's constant, and I just can't put off filming this update anymore because like I'm actually a decent way into it now, and I don't want to do like a halfway update. I was going to do 100, 200, maybe 300, but yeah, I can't because I was putting off the building work, and you know what, it's fine. I'm just gonna have to go with it because I want to read it now. I am 144 pages in to Happy Place, so I'm on chapter 14, and I'm really enjoying it. I definitely think there's, you know, 5-star potential here, and there's also like fave Emily Henry book potential. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Basically, we're following Harriet and Wynne. Basically, they were dating for like 8 years, and they're part of the same friendship group, and they like got together when they first went on this trip, and then now they do the trip every year with all their friends, and it's like the last time they're going to be able to do the trip. So they have broken up, I think 4 or 5 months prior, but they've decided to just tell their friends that they're staying together so they don't like ruin this like last trip, and then they can tell them afterwards. But there's obviously like still tension there, and you're also getting a kind of then and now of like when they first went on the trip and when they first got together. So I'm really enjoying that. Obviously, you guys know I love friends to lovers. I love, you know, strangers-ish. I mean, they're not really strangers, it's only been like 5 months or so since they broke up, but like not together, not speaking, you know, reunited type of vibes. So yeah, really enjoying it so far. It's gorgeous, just stunning. So yeah, I'm gonna read some more now this afternoon and hopefully get a decent chunk through it. You guys, this is too cute. I actually can't. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god, the banter as well is just, I just love them. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So cute. Okay, I nearly said tuck into Happy Place. I mean, pretty much. I'm gonna eat it right up. I think I just gave myself the ick. Anyway, we are, but why am I was literally about to say we're bish bash halfway through. Like, what? Oh my god. I was literally about to say like smack bang up. What is up with my vocabulary today? I am halfway through the book. What I'm trying to say, and I think I kind of want to try and finish it tonight. So halfway through, I'm on about page 220, and there's, I already don't want to see spoilers. There's 385, so that's 140 pages. Oh yeah, so yeah, 140 pages left. That is not going to be difficult at all. I think I can definitely do that tonight, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Like, if it continues this track, I think it will be a 5-star. I love it. And I'm having like a little bit of a down like evening, like not feeling myself, feeling a bit sad, and I think this is going to be the perfect thing for me, I think. And I think I might just sit and read it all. I'm really excited, and yeah, I'm gonna put on some nice little lo-fi piano music, chill. I've got my sunset lamp on. I tried to turn on my little fairy lights, but I replaced the batteries recently, I think. I might have replaced the batteries and then replaced them again with the non-working batteries. That is a chance that happened, but I don't think the first batteries worked. So I think I replaced the batteries, and then I must have left them on or something, because they're just not turning on at all, and I can't find my like full pack. I had like a proper pack of batteries, so I'd be able to like swap them out, but yeah, I can't find those. So no cozy fairy lights, but we do have my little sunset lamp going, and the sun's, I mean, it's completely cloudy, so there's no sunset, but the sun is going down soon, so I think it's gonna be really cute cozy vibes. So I'm just gonna play my reading soundtrack, calm and quiet piano music for reading, because I can't listen to like verbal songs, like songs with singing, because then I just listen to that and I don't pay attention to the words. So that's gonna be the vibes, and I'm very excited. I finished Happy Place. Oh my goodness, let me get the proper dust jacket. Oh my god. I know I want to reread it at some point, and I know I want to annotate it as well, and I know I potentially prefer this to Beach Read. It's 5 stars. Look at it. I honestly cannot articulate any thoughts. It's just 5 stars. I've obviously talked to you when I wrap up this video, but oh my gosh. I loved it. I loved it so much. I literally don't even know how to put into words how much I loved it. I'll talk to you tomorrow, but absolutely 5 stars. There is no other rating I could possibly give this. 5 stars. 5. Oh my god. I love it. I love it so much. I'll see you tomorrow when I wrap this up, but oh my god, I'm so happy. I love it. This book is my happy place. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is the next day and I thought I would round out this video and give my final concluding thoughts on both books, because I don't really know if I did it for Pine, but I definitely didn't do it for Happy Place, obviously, because I only finished it yesterday. I did make a little bit of a faux pas and completely forgot that I needed to film this wrap up and returned Pine to the library. So I'm going to hold up this white book and we're going to pretend it's the same one. I'm going to just, like, because I like holding things up, I'm just going to flash it quickly and we're just going to ignore it. So obviously I finished Pine first and out. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I did enjoy it, but I felt like it was just a little bit slow for me. It was like overall a decent story. I definitely really enjoyed the audiobook of it as well. But yeah, not much really happened, and something that was on the description, like on the synopsis and the blurb, didn't happen until like 200 pages in. It was like a 310 page book or something like that, so really not very long at all, which I found a bit weird that they would reveal that. And it's also not a big plot of the book really. Overall there wasn't really much plot at all, but I didn't mind it because I do like characters more than plot, and I did quite enjoy like the characterization, I guess. But I feel like there were only really 2 characters that were properly fleshed out, and that was the 2 main characters, and there were a lot of side characters that were just kind of like randomly mentioned and stuff like that, and weren't, you know, super fleshed out really. And yeah, I just didn't really figure out what the point of the story was, what it was trying to do, and yeah, it was fine. That's why I gave it 3 stars. Like I just don't really have any strong opinions on it. Like, it was just a fine book. If you like slow, kind of slightly creepy atmosphere, then I definitely suggest it to you, but overall it was just a little bit dull for me, personally. But I gave it 3 stars, as I've said about 1,000 times. And then we have Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is a 5 stars. This is probably one of the easiest 5 stars I've ever given. I actually don't know if I can say anything bad about it. Like, I literally don't even think I've got any critiques. Like, I mean, maybe because it goes kind of, there's some then and now stuff. I'd love to see a little bit more of the then when they first got together maybe. Like, I really liked the kind of tension, the build up, stuff like that, but then there was a point where it said that they were sneaking around and stuff like that. I'd have loved to have seen that a bit more, but like, that's literally so minor. Like, I generally, besides that, have no other complaints of the book whatsoever. I felt like the 2 main characters as well as her 2 best friends were incredibly fleshed out, really well-rounded characters. The banter between Win and Harriet, I don't know if I'm just forgetting her other books, but I feel like this is the best banter I've ever read. Genuinely had me like giggling. I found it genuinely funny, which is something that I feel like a lot of books find difficult to do, and I found it realistic. Like, that's how I would flirt with someone, do you know what I mean? And overall I just loved them together. I loved the whole story. I loved the message. I loved it was also about kind of like friendships, growing up, things like that. And yeah, it was really just an excellent book, so I would really recommend this. Obviously if you're into romances, but maybe if you're like not even super into romances, it's like a very romance heavy literary fiction, I guess. So if you're more of a literary fiction reader but enjoy romance, then again I would also probably recommend this to you as well. But yeah, absolutely loved it. I really couldn't fault it at all. Absolutely adored this one. So that was like probably the easiest 5 stars I've ever given, and it's such a gorgeous book, and I'm so happy because it was genuinely incredible. Yeah, such an amazing book. So yeah, overall, do I agree with the ratings? This one, yeah, it should be higher. I mean, like, I know there are a couple of books that will highlight non-fictions. This should just be a full 5-star rating. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's also one that I can't really see how you wouldn't give it 5 stars. Like, not to sound like so stupid, but like most books I can like see both sides on. Like, I don't know what was not to like about here. I don't know what was not to like about this, really. So yeah, that one obviously top of the TBR, should be the highest rated one. Very easy for me to say that. And yeah, I think overall that obviously as more people read it, the rating will drop, because the first people that read it are the people that love it the most, usually. So I do expect it to go down a bit, but I'll be giving it a full 5 stars. I loved it, and that obviously makes sense to me for it being the most highly rated one. And then for Pine, I definitely didn't think it was the worst book I read, and I don't think it deserved to be the lowest one on my TBR, but like a rating, I did give it a 3, and the rating was like 3.4, so kind of makes sense to me. But I feel like book ratings always skew higher than like what you would individually rate them in general, because I think a lot of people don't give 1 or 2 stars because then they just wouldn't read the book, do you know what I mean? Or DNF it. So yeah, overall, no, I don't think this deserves to be quite, again, it's not the book I don't think it deserves to be quite so low, but this one definitely deserves to be super high. So yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was super duper fun. I probably will do it again. I might do just a highest and just a lowest rated one, so that'll be fun to kind of see how that goes in the summer. Let me know which you'd want to see first, the highest rated or the lowest. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like down below, hit subscribe, turn the bell to join a little club, and then make sure you turn on all notifications, and then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. I'm trying to do 2 videos every week, at least. Fingers crossed, 1 reading vlog a week, 1 sit down video, but that's the plan. Anyway, if you want to watch one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!